Hey fellow American citizens, sorry it took me a second to get this video started. I'm showing you this video picture of my cell phone in order to be able to prove the date and time, and then because this is going to be in part a prediction video. Now I'm going to go into the tools menu because there's a feature called the voice command. Once you select it, you can then scroll down to the time and date, which will literally enable the phone to state the date and time electronically. And I'm doing that because I also have a digital running recording tape recorder recording my verbal statements as I'm making this video, and I want the tape recorder to be able to reflect that these predictions are being made on today's date.
Say a command. July 16th, Wednesday, 7:44 a.m.
Okay? Now, my name is Leslie Williams, and I'm going to probably have to talk fast in this video because I got a lot of details to incorporate within it. The reason why I'm making this video is to basically describe some recent events that have occurred. In order to describe some recent event that have occurred towards me, including at this area. I'm a victim of what is known as organized stalking. Now, as I'm talking, I'm going to be getting my things together because I got to start my day. And so I'm not going to be looking into the video for a great portion of this video. It's my statements that is what is important. I'm going to go ahead and fly right now into the subject matter pertaining to why this video is being made. Today's date, again, is July 16th, 2014. And what I'm doing this is not only a prediction video, but I'm going to be making some generalized statements, some detailed statements pertaining to what's happening towards me in San Diego County. I live in La Jolla, and what has recently happened to me as a result of me being a target, victim, and activist concerning the crimes of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. Now, when you watch this video, I'm going to make sure that I title this one today. But when you watch this video, if you have an interest to watch additional videos, because some pretty good additional videos have been uploaded lately, but they haven't been titled yet. So all you have to do is go into my YouTube channel and review the videos that have been uploaded that haven't been titled yet, and that will complement your understanding pertaining to what has happened to me, some recent predictions, how I'm dealing with this, who's involved, why it's happening, and so on and so forth. Now, on July 6, 2014, see, what I do in part in order to be able to prove this criminality is being covertly managed and overtly and at times directly implemented towards me is I make predictions. I make predictions in video files, I make predictions in audio files, I make predictions in email files. I even make predictions and post them on other websites that might be talking about gang stalking, organized stalking, like Before It's News and Deborah Dupre. She has wrote some excellent articles concerning what is happening to us targeted individuals, and some blogs. I've made some predictions in blogs as well. It is my intention to now, it's my intention to predict what might happen concerning me, about me, towards me, around me, or against me. How it might happen, who might play a role in it, how they might act as the event is occurring, where it might happen at, why it is happening, if I feel that it's necessary for that particular prediction. Okay, and also describing the employment descriptions that are playing a role in it, and or the places that are being used for staged events and staged harassment. Now, organized stalking and gang stalking is all over the internet. You can just go to, obviously, to any search engine, YouTube and Google, and type in organized stalking and or gang stalking to see that it is a crime that is all over the internet. This crime has been covered on national radio shows, national TV shows, and even local news broadcasts, which I'm about ready to play you right now the audio of a targeted individual from Santa Cruz, which is a county in California. The county, Santa Cruz County, is right next door to San Diego County. I'm going to briefly play you a segment okay, of this news broadcast. You can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. And the reason why I'm introducing it to you in this particular video is because I literally want you to witness I'm going to play about a minute and a half of it, so you can literally witness the fact that this crime has been covered locally and nationally, and so that you can hear just a little bit about what and the fact that even uncorrupted police officers will expose that this crime is factually happening, because there's a lot. See, this is organized crime in the system that is perpetrating these criminal realities at the federal, state, and local level. Make no mistake about it. And so there are a lot of syndicated police officers that are attached to these organized crime syndicates, and there are a lot of police officers who will follow orders from people that are above them, okay, in rank, that are equal to them in rank, and they might not even be aware that what they're doing is gang stalking. So I just want you to listen to this in order to get a preliminary introduction reference to the factual reality that this type of criminal expedition has been realized by the public.
This story on our website, kcba.com. Houston police call it bullying on steroids. We're talking about gang stalking, but it actually has nothing to do with the gangs that you first think of. Southern Coast News reporter Candace Lynn learned more about the trend and how it's getting more dangerous because of the internet. It makes me so afraid.
Lawrence Covino claims his neighbors are gang stalking him because he plays loud music late at night and is outspoken. He said for the last year and a half he's been systematically followed by a group of people. At one point he said they climbed on his roof to harass him. Covino said he's developed a paranoia that's devastated his relationships with friends and, worst of all, family.
That's the worst part of it. If it was me, I would take action.
Santa Cruz Police Lieutenant Larry Richards said police are becoming more aware of gang stalking because of cyberbullying. But what is gang stalking? Basically, the victims could be driving their car or talking on their phones or walking the streets when a group of people try to systematically terrorize them. Richards said gang stalking is nothing new, but new technology is making it more common.
Gang stalking itself, they have elevated themselves to technology. So this is something that's been going on before the age of Facebook, Twitter, those other social websites. They just now have gone into those areas.
Covino said he's proof that the problem isn't just online and that it can hit too close to home, a home he plans on leaving because of gang stalking.
Okay, now I'm going to stop that right there. Again, you can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking, bullying on steroids, in order for you to be able to literally see this local news broadcast. Now, the reason why I decided to stop the audio of this news broadcast at the point in time that I did was because you literally just heard that the neighbors were solicited to be brought on board in the gang stalking harassment of him. There's individuals that live, see, I'm hiking in California. Okay, now let me just backtrack for a second because it's going to tie into the point I'm making right now. You can go to Google and research about how organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions intentionally and deliberately, with complete malice aforethought, create the homelessness of the target individual. They will motivate the target individual to move from where they're living, because in the target's mind, they are harassed on such a feverish scale to where they believe, because a lot of targets, when they're initially targeted, they don't know that what's happening towards them yet is gang stalking. So they believe that if they just move like to a different neighborhood, different apartment complex, whatever, that they won't have to put up with this no more. They don't realize yet that this expedition will follow them from apartment complex to apartment complex to apartment complex to house to motel room, even to a camping site. Organized stalking and gang stalking is a criminal reality that is, like I've already before mentioned, who hosts and perpetrates it and manages it all covertly, and then it is overtly and at times directly perpetrated. It's always overtly perpetrated towards the target individual through overt harassment campaigns and techniques and methods, and then at times there's staged assaults, even rapes, staged events, and they can happen anywhere, businesses, transportation services, walking down the street. But the thing about it is that the target individual is factually experiencing at least the over harassment every day, everywhere they go, non-stop, while they're at each place that they're at every day. And the harassment, a lot of the harassment that the target individual endures is designed to blend in with every environment that anybody goes into, like libraries, banks, university campuses, college campuses, any business that you can think of, transportation services. And right now what I'm basically doing is, you might think to yourself, well, how could that be? How could somebody be harassed by other people while other people who are not involved in the gang stalking are in the same environment and even physical proximity as the target is in, as the target is experiencing it, and nobody else is noticing it? Because sensitization methods that are directly connected to organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions are designed to blend in with any environment, where they will basically literally sensitize the target to normal everyday things that everybody does. But in gang stalking expeditions, the individuals that are used on a daily basis, okay, most of them, and a lot of them don't even know what they're doing is gang stalking. I've already made videos about that. You can go to YouTube and type and listen to a stranger to see how easy it is for anybody to be duped to do something towards a person they do not know, based on an individual who has a appearing position of authority. That video is a good illustration and reference to how easy it is for anybody to dupe anybody else to do something for them. Just watch it and then research sensitization methods and so on and so forth. Now, so it's very hard for anybody. If I go to a Ross grocery store off of La Jolla Village Square, I am harassed in there by employees, management, and people coming in acting as customers. And basically what they're doing with me, the following of what they're doing with me is just an example of one of the things they do with me. They literally place people around me to get around me everywhere I go and repeat certain physical gestures and or words or phrases. Now, excuse me, it's intentionally done. And they want to make sure that you know that it's intentionally done as a result of complimentary and cooperating mannerisms and body gestures and facial expressions that are designed to make sure that you know that this is intentionally happening to you, and they'll even attempt to make you feel mocked as well. And this is in part how they anchor what is sensitized. Now, in part reference to what they're doing to me is getting around me and literally repeating the name of the crime that's happening to me. Gang stalk, gang stalking, or gang stalker. They'll also repeat that while they're saying, oh my God, weird or crazy. And sometimes they'll back off from doing that and then just go back to the anchored physical gestures of the sensitization methods that they utilize towards me, and just make sure that there are enough people in any environment that I'm at that will do it to, in my line of sight, to make sure that I see that it's happening. Okay, you would not believe how I am literally being subjected to these. Let me just put it to you this way. I have literally caught on audio file, okay, I have literally caught on a digital running recording tape recorder over 7 different people admitting to me, I caught them off guard, that they were put in my physical presence to engage in these physical gestures. To give you an example of just 3, go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass, read comments. Then go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13 learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent to harass. And what you got to do is listen to that video literally all the way down to the very last second. Because I say towards the very tail end of that video, I say to that young man as we're crossing the street, and don't put your hands to your face no more. And that is where you will listen to, and that individual literally admitted in that audio file that was, tape recorder was hidden, he didn't even know it was running, that a San Diego police officer by the name of Steve put him on the corner to do it. Okay, now let me just add some addition. The following is to let you know how well my strategies are catching this criminality. Okay, this is just a tidbit file. Okay, on July 6, 2014, I was at this area. Okay, now I've already aforementioned how they create homelessness of targeted individuals. It's always done to It's always done to attempt to, at the end of the day, exploit the targeted individual monetarily and even sexually. Human trafficking is directly connected to these criminal motivations, so is racketeering of all forms, including insurance fraud. Now, on July 6, 2014, I'm going to literally show you where I made the video at. Okay? You see the spot right here? Okay? Look how close this spot is to the exit, which is also the entrance to my tent. Okay? I made a video literally right at this spot on July 6, 2014. Okay? Today's date is July 16th, 2014. 10 days ago, I was standing right here and made a video prediction pertaining to what could happen to me and or my property as a result of me being gang stalked here. And I literally stated, let's see if I am assaulted here. 2.5 days later, I was literally assaulted right at the very spot that I took the video prediction at on July 9th, 2014. Now, the prediction, the day it was made on the 6th, was published at YouTube on the day of the 6th, and the assault was caught on video. And the police were called. Now, as a result of cyber surveillance, which you would, if you go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids, that news broadcast that I played it towards the beginning of this video, if you go to YouTube and watch that, you'll literally see that cyber surveillance is being mentioned in reference to how that's a methodology of organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. They know that I'm exposing them online in reference to the organized crime in the system that is perpetrating this criminal reality. They know that I'm all over the internet exposing the San Diego Police Department pertaining to what they have done and not done in reference to me being an organized stalking, gang stalking target. Now, they also know that I wear a tape recorder because it is mentioned in practically every single one of my videos. Okay? So when they bring somebody down here or anywhere else, where, like when they stage an event towards me, whether it be just direct harassment or an assault or stage an event to have me banned from somewhere, they play out what is known as street theaters. Street theaters is a term that can be Googled at Street theaters is a term that can be Googled and cross-referenced to organized stalking or gang stalking. Street theaters are nothing but staged events where they bring about physical and or verbal theatrics. Just like when somebody is playing a role in a movie. And each person that is part of the street production of these street theaters are told how to act, what their role is, and what to say verbally. Because they know, okay, the person who is putting them in my physical presence to engage in these street theaters knows that I have a video camera and a tape recorder. So they can't have it outwardly apparent that they're intentionally in my environment bringing about this production towards me in order to produce a result, like me being banned from a grocery store, university library, public library, or this hiking area. They cannot make it appear that even on my own video camera or my tape recorder, they're not going to walk up to me and say, Leslie, we were solicited to be in your presence because we're gang stalking you and we're going to assault you right now. Or you're going to be banned from our university because we're gang stalking you and we don't want you here. No, what they're going to do, since they know I wear this and since they know I pull out my video camera, they're going to verbally and physically play out a theatric in order to make it appear that they're in my environment for other reasons and or normal appearing reasons, and then play out the skit, the production, to produce the result. Assaults are done for traumatization purposes. It's also done to put the target in and keep the target in a victimized mindset, because it is correlating in a time period where victimization happened the day before, 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 and so on and so forth, and following the next day, the next day, the next day, and the next day. So basically what it is that they'll perpetrate the over-harassment every day, everywhere the target goes, and then they'll periodically stage an assault. Because they want to make sure that the targeted individual is kept in a traumatized mindset and a victimized mindset, and the traumatizations complement the victimizations. Okay? It's also done to intentionally bait the target to call the police as a result of being assaulted, because all the targeted individual's cell phones are hacked. And since it's a staged assault, they are deducing there's an extremely great likelihood that the target's going to pick up the phone and call 911. That is at that time then, when, or can, or does a syndicated cop wait to answer the call? And that is done so that the cop can act like they don't know where you're at, including using dispatch to act like they do not know where you're at. Okay, and then eventually arrive on the scene, bait you to open up about what's happening to you so they can make a falsified police report about your mental stability and your living situation. Okay, they won't investigate the gang stalking at all, even if you show them evidence, which I'm going to do right now. On November 20th, 2013, I approached a UCSD campus police officer and I told him, all of the statements were recorded, that every time I get on UCSD campus, individuals get around me and constantly repeat gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, every single time on their campus, including by employees, which does include biomedical library staff, Club Med restaurant staff, Price Center staff, students, and guests, including homeless people. They're using homeless people against me like you would not believe, okay? Now, this event that you heard, or you're about ready to hear right now, okay, this event that you're about ready to hear right now is only a segment of an event that took place towards me on a sidewalk right across the street 8 days later. Do you hear these men, as they're harassing me, say gang stalk together, then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang stalking, I'm going to F you up. You be the judge. All right, now I'm going to have to talk very, very fast in the next remaining 3 minutes because I'm literally running out of video time. The individuals that came down here and assaulted me on July 9th, both of them engaged in these organized gang stalking physical gestures that I talked about at the very beginning of this video file, in reference to me directing you to 2 videos concerning me catching 4 separate people admitting they were put in my physical presence to engage in these gang stalking physical gestures, and the remaining 3 people are 3 separate UCSD students, 2 of them caught on campus admitting, while a tape recorder was running, that they were put in my physical presence to do this as well. Okay? Now, as far as individuals getting around me on a daily basis and repeating gang stalk, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, crazy, weird gang stalk in the background and even close by me, I have on over 800 separate audio files at least. We should understand something. When these 2 individuals came here to assault me on the July 9th, 2014, both of them engaged in these organized gang stalking physical gestures. That's right. So, what I'm doing right now, basically what they're attempting to do is motivate me to move from here, okay? By threatening to steal my property, creatively by putting people up on the sidewalk to say, gang stalk, why don't you come and steal her stuff? Or, gang stalk, why don't you call the cops on her? Okay, those techniques are called dark neurolinguistic programming. I made videos about it throughout the entire year of 2013. They were doing this, and then this event occurred on Thanksgiving Day, towards the end of the year 2013. While they're saying gang stalking, I'm going to F you up, they're saying a threat while they're saying gang stalking. One of these 2 individuals was directly connected to the idiots that they had set up to hike out 150 feet away from me from November 2012 up until mid-April 2014. Now, the individuals that assaulted me on July 9, 2014 came directly from that area. Directly from it. And the San Diego police that came out here would not go to that area at all, period, to look for them. I'm in San Diego, California. I live in La Jolla. I gotta literally stop this video right now because it's ready to run out of video time. If anything happens towards me at UCSD, Ross Grocery Store, any MTS service, or this hiking area where I was assaulted at on July 9, 2014, theft of property, another assault, a trespass notice from the property owner, it will be gang stalking related because what they're doing right now is trying to motivate me to move to another area, okay? Because they already know that I have scoped out some other hiking areas. I was getting stalked on my way to them, and then after I left that place and then got back on the bus to leave from that location, gang stalk was caught on the bus. It's caught on the bus going to the location and then caught on the bus route leaving the location, okay? Now, those areas are more isolated. There's no neighbors. They're trying to motivate me to move to these areas so either rape can happen, robbery, or assault, or all three. I know exactly what I'm talking about because I've been dealing with this crime now for years. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I appreciate you listening. This is a prediction video, and it also is an informative video. Thank you for listening.